Bing bongy bong, bing bongy bong. This is Joe, the bearded historian. He'll tell you an interesting story. Be careful of his soldiers, they can be brats. This is Angel, she's an entity. She'll cause chaos and plant her hands at you. This is Sue, she likes spirits, not the alcohol. She's the reason this channel exists. This is David, he likes fire trucks. He's here occasionally. Bing bongy bong, bing bongy bong, bing bongy bong. We preserve his story. It is a garden thing. Alright, we are at what Joe thinks is public property and is at or near a monastery, an old religious school, academy doohickey. We're going to see how much trouble we can get into by interacting with the spirits of the monks, or fathers, or reverends, or military men who are religious. Yeah, that made sense. Not military men, they're religious. I have a thought process, but somewhere in my brain.
Save my brain cells.
And of course, I didn't remember to bring anything, because why would I remember to bring anything? But I brought my purse to the car, and I left it in the car. Because reasons. Well, do you think we should? Or do you think we should just continue on?
We're this close.
Well, I know we're close.
Fuck you, stupid pricklies.
Okay. Welcome to the very last duck race. Does that mean we're not doing duck races? No. It means I finally have enough people saved on my list that I need to upgrade from having 100 people to having more, which is a good thing. Luckily, it isn't expensive. So I'm going to be doing some random races. But I will still do ducks, because I know everybody likes ducks. Quack, quack. Also, next week, you'll see season 1 of geocaching. If you don't know what that is, look it up. We're doing a collab. You can still join. There's time. Thank you. And now, a race. Alright, now we'll start the race. There all of you are. Well, maybe. There we go. Okay. Nope. Did I pause it? I did. I'm a genius. There we go. Alright, so to get in the race, you just have to leave a comment. There's Bootsy. She's still Ontario, I can read. Veta, Verna, Moody, Intrab, Airborne, Pinned, Gamer, Lucky Cat, Lovers, Sheena. There comes the Glover sneaking up to the front. Gamer's trying to catch up. There's Lucky Cat trying to catch up. Excuse me. My nose is running. Ooh, there's Heather. My other South Dakotian. Come on, Heather. You can do it. Stay in the lead. Oh, come on, girl. You can do this. Oh, it looks like she's going to lose the lead to Jellos. There's Freckled. Oh, Satin. Satin's going to get it. Oh, Satin got it. Alright, first Satin, I'm going to apologize because apparently I lost you at some point. It wasn't until I was trying to pull up your channel that I found out I couldn't do that. But I resubbed because YouTube is mean. And it says, passionate explorer and wanderer, follow me on my journey. Big, small, we explore it all. He has gone to some interesting places. Abandoned and not abandoned. He has some great cool train videos. So check him out, like, share, comment. And double check your list, because YouTube is mean. And I thought I had him. I swear I checked him last time he was in chat. Okay. Give us your sarcasm.
Everyone pull out your shock buttons. Everyone is so surprised he has history.
Beep.
Wow.
Alright, bearded historian, tell us history.
Well, we were in a debate earlier because she didn't think any women would be here. 1889. Five
It's a
sisters.
monastery. That
I
means
know.
that is for men.
These
At least in
were-
my understanding.
This was founded by the Benedictine sisters out of Switzerland, from the Benedictine convent of St. Nicholas of Flue in Mechtal, Switzerland, founded the St. Martin Monastery in Sturgis to start with. Now, the frontier town offered few amenities to Mother Angela Arnett and her companions, and an abandoned tavern served as their first home. Undaunted, within 10 days of their arrival, the sisters began a summer school. This was the beginning of the St. Martin's Academy, which
That would be that thingy over there.
Was developed into a 4-year high school that continued until 1991. During that time, the sisters also staffed many parochial schools in the Diocese of Rapid City, as well as schools in Laguna Beach, California, and Casper and Riverton, Wyoming. In 1962, the community built a monastery and academy complex in Rapid City, and with the rising cost of education in 91, the sisters closed the academy, opened a learning center, converted the residence hall into a retreat center, and the classrooms into apartments for retired persons. A typhoid epidemic prompted the community to open the St. Joseph's Hospital in Deadwood, and in 1898 they later established hospitals and schools of nursing in Hot Springs and Rapid City, and the community continued to sponsorship hospitals until 1983. At the request of Pope John the 23rd, several members of the community served as missionaries to Colombia, South America, from 1963 to 1981, and currently one of the sisters assists a community of sisters in Santiago, Chile, who provide housing, education, and child care for unwed adolescent mothers. In 2007, the sisters sold 200 acres of land of the diocese and the Rapid City Catholic school system and 200 acres of the Lutheran Good Samaritan Society. The sisters built a new, smaller monastery in 2009. In August, the community moved to a new facility. The sisters' ministry at St. Martin's today focuses on daily prayer, hospitality, and the fostering of spiritual growth of people of all faiths who come to the monastery for spiritual direction, retreats, and workshops. The gift of the Benedict life extends beyond the monastery through the ministry of community members in parishes, healthcare facilities, and schools. We're enrolling Angel.
Nah, no, we're not.
No.
Why?
So you could find direction, spiritual direction, straight to Loki.
I already have direction.
Okay. So now we're going to go look at the cemetery.
My understanding is that monasteries were for men or monks or religious men of some sort. And then a nunnery or the convent was for women. If they decided to mix it up, that's, not my... I don't want to say my concern, but that might be where my confusion came in.
I'm also confused as to why people from other countries thought to come here, like Switzerland? You gave up Switzerland?
They wanted to spread the love. Here, come take your keys back. You have pockets, I do not. And besides that, being a religious person, especially a nun or monk, means giving up things. So they gave up their beautiful country for ours.
When they came here, this wasn't exactly a very bigly populated, still isn't.
We've got a loner. I like how in the map it looks like there was a path. There is not a path. Yeah, cactuses are out.
If I had known it would be like this, I would have grabbed my shoes. I thought since you said it was over by Herman Riker's church, it would have...
I didn't think we would see very many, or I would have had you change to the other shoes. We don't usually see very many in or near town. It's a what?
O'Connell. Reverend Monsignor William O'Connell passed away in 2015, ordained in 1957. Hope speaks to hope.
The fuck is your heart saying to me?
Oxygen.
Is that from the heart or from the lungs?
Both. It looked like there was a path around this thing, and there is not.
I think it was the second path that we saw up there because you can see where the pathway is. They got benches on it though.
Y'all want to go for a little hike?
We will probably go for a hike.
Alright.
See if we can communicate with the monks. Dad and I were here once before, but we parked over there. Then we decided it was probably private property. Upon further research, Dad thinks anybody is allowed to wander here, so we'll see.
Sister Mary Corky, 90 years old when she passed.
So they are female. I am completely confused now.
McNamara, or McNaman.
McNamara, yeah. I'm ready for hotspot. I need it.
Oh wow.
Because I'm confused as well.
99.
Oh, and I got to start my recording again because apparently that shut it off for some reason. Not your fault. I didn't think it was shut off, but
Sister Edna Marie Stephenson.
Why would I think it was my fault?
I don't know. You think everything's your fault.
No.
This was not too long ago. Last year.
Senior Marmini?
Marmone. Ho.
Marmone? How? It's not ho.
How?
Ho. No. You're a hoe. It's okay. You're
Actually,
gonna be a
100
hoe.
years.
Yeah.
God died in 2020. I'm so fucking sorry.
Uh,
This was a bad year.
This one's 2021 and here's 2022. So she's a new incarnate.
Yeah.
I,
Incarnate. What's she coming back as? A tree?
yes.
What the fuck, lady? All of these are the same person, but they died multiple times. According
There's
to
multiple
Sue.
lives all at the same time, too. Sister Rita Tagart.
I have a sun stuck in my head.
I'm sorry. My head
Sister
hurts too much
Margaret
to have
Mary
something
Keogh.
stuck in it.
95. Here's another honorable mention. Sister Grace Schmidt. 99.
What is a monastery?
Sister Gemma Schatz.
She had a hard life. I think that might be why she became a nun.
I'm so sorry.
Sister Mary Hosman.
Here's a griffin.
Griffin. Sister Maureen.
Okay,
Griffin?
monastery.
Irk.
A building or buildings occupied by a community of monks living under religious vows.
Now you have to look at monks, and I'm going to say religious men.
Ethel.
No, I don't care about that.
Centron.
Places near Chicago? The fuck?
My phone does that sometimes too. It's like you are here.
What are monks?
Sister Evarista Albers. I knew an Albers.
Monk. A member of a religious community of men typically living under vows of poverty, chastity, and obedience. You all
Veilmeyer.
are not men. This is not a monastery. This is a womanstery.
Unless they're all trans.
Okay.
I'm just saying. It's the only way it makes any sense.
Salvadori.
But now you
Wow.
understand my confusion.
101.
Nice.
Sister Carwell Salvadori.
Like, it doesn't make sense. Like, what the fuck?
Sister Esther Reed.
This one was 8 years off by my count.
Sister
Sazi.
Winifred Packer.
Oh, this one was 101, I think.
Yep, 101 as well. Presazi.
I'll say I literally just said it.
Sister Norbert Vogel. Sister Ann Taggart.
But now you understand my confusion when it's like a monastery and like, okay, we're going to go see monks, religious men. Okay, and now they're all girls.
98. Sister Rachel Maka.
House mom.
Gabriel Zacher. Imogene Cruz. Sister Consuela Lopez. Sister Bernice Simon.
You girlies are so confusing to me.
Sister Joseph Ann Stoll. Sister Marie McTighe.
I don't understand.
Sister Jean Marie
Tognati.
Tognati. And she wasn't that old either. She 43, 53.
Apparently life isn't on as hard.
There's
do you
one that
mean?
made it
They
in
just seem
97.
great.
Oh, they got the beats still too. Sister M. Trinita Giles. Sister Mary Heaven.
I am a little bit creeped out by the bird cage. Especially the one that has something inside of it. Assumpta?
Assumpta.
Assumpta McDonald.
Okay, that's an interesting name.
Sister
Immaculata?
Immaculata Beatty.
Oh dear.
Yeah, you're
My
definitely.
brain went to Immaculate Misconception by Motionless in White, and I'm like,
Maybe that was her mother's favorite song. Who knows?
that song's not very religious.
Bernadette Foley. Sister
Just because the
Philomena.
daughter was religious doesn't mean the mother was.
Daughter's like, hey, fuck you. Celeste! Oh, I love your name, girl. There's an Animal Crossing character
wow.
named after you. Animal Crossing is a very good game.
Lorenzetti. Lammers. I knew a Lammers. Sister Gerard Mann.
Hastings.
Sister Jerome Hastings.
Y'all are so confusing to me.
Sister M. Louise Abeg.
I'm gonna guess that a lot of them were married because it's like Sister M and then something else.
Yeah, probably. Crowley. Oh, look at this. 1892, 1980.
Oh.
Perfect sets of numbers just rearranged.
Yeah.
Sister M. Rosaria Hoffman. Oh, look at the crab.
Hello, crab. Rose crab.
Rose crab. I knew a crab.
They don't give
She's
us
a
months, so
librarian. And spelled the same way, too. Sister M. Patricia Luby. Sister M. Fidelis Perchin. Sister M. Aquinas
Aquinas.
Cannon.
That's an interesting one.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
Adele Hamel.
Adele Hemla.
Hemla.
Fandler.
There's a Wick.
I knew a Wick.
Okay, now I'm really confused. Do they do Monastery as well? Because I'm remembering
Gribble.
Sister M. Loyola Grubel.
Six the Musical, and one of the lines from Catherine of Aragon, because she
Displanus.
was, after they divorced, she
Schroeder.
was sent to a nunnery.
Sister Winger.
And one of her lines, when they're talking about like
Reynolds.
what's wrong with their time period and everything, and she just goes, the disillusion of the monastery. So I'm like,
She could be talking about the monks or her nunnery. It's hard to say, though.
I'm so confused.
Sister M. Bertha Bren.
Because that's literally like the Google
Oswald.
definition. It's a group of religious men and
Sister
everything. So I'm
O'Connell.
like,
There's another O'Connell. Like
Yep.
the other one. Sister
so
Ignata
confused.
Stadler. Alcun Moore.
Halkun. Catherine. Eep. Eep. Ziegler. Ziegler.
Costi. Celestine. Costi. Florentia. Shint.
Shent.
Shint.
Do that again.
And then it looks like there's fence. Ambrose.
Saventi.
Yeah, there's that pathway. We probably
Seraphine.
gotta take it.
Perrin. Sister Magdalena
Callahan.
Prioress.
I want to do a session, but I also feel like I'm really awkward out in the open like this. What do you think?
Kavanaugh.
We can sit on the benches and pretend like we're meditating.
I mean, I think it'd
Burger.
be fine.
Sister Leona Robinson. I
Robinson?
think it'd be fine.
All right.
Have a seat. And
Like, it's just a pathway. If somebody gets confused, we can just be like, we thought it was part of the monastery stuff.
All right.
you guys following us around by any chance?
You think we should put it further away?
We could eat it.
Well, I was just thinking about the phone contamination. We could put it over there on one of the stones.
You set it right between the two stones here. Oh, it'd be kind of hard to see the lights then.
Well, then just leave it where it's at then.
Okay.
Or maybe move it a little bit further from me. I don't know.
Yeah, try right there. I'll step back away from it.
It's still got a pretty solid green, bending on yellow.
They're probably all surrounded by us two girls, and they're like, what the hell?
So, you
Sisters.
ladies, want to say something here? Maybe I should get out my box. You guys got a pretty good light show going on there.
Dad, were they technically Christian?
Yeah, they'd be Roman Catholic here.
I don't know what the Catholics are different from the Christians.
There's the Protestants and the Catholics. They both claim to be Christian faith. So
All I see is different Christians
My
calling them different names.
My understanding is that the Catholics are more into Mary than Jesus. That's why when they say their prayers, it's Holy Mary.
Holy Mother Mary. Of
Thank
God.
you. Tried to remember the prayer. They're more about Mary than they are about Jesus, because
Cool,
she was
cool.
the Holy Lady.
You're the girl instead. I stand.
I thought you might like that.
Oh yeah. I'm not Christian, just to be clear, but I can appreciate the woman appreciation. I'm technically pagan, a Celtic pagan.
Do you know pagans? I like that it's almost hitting orange, but not quite. It really likes that second green. The first green's not really lighting up. That second green is like really strong.
Oh yeah. What was that?
Aliens. They do that sometimes.
No.
Beer? Beer!
That wasn't very Catholic of you. I don't know who said that, but that was not very Catholic of you.
That was very random. Want some beer?
Dude, these girls live the Catholic life and they were like, fuck this shit, it's not us for us.
It sounded like a guy, but I can't say for sure. But all I heard is, I want some beer.
It's also fun because it's like over in
Those
Switzerland.
apartments are right over there too, so who knows?
I don't think they're close enough to pick up on this.
That was very random, guys. Very entertaining. I appreciate it. I'm sure our crew will appreciate it as well.
There's words on the backside of the headstone too.
I can't see that far. I'm sure it's a verse.
No.
So far. It is so far away.
I have no idea what to ask because I am not Catholic.
You want to
or
hold this? I'm
Christian.
going to get a cat ball out and see if it'll light up.
Sure.
Ephesians 4:13.
I told you it was a verse. Dude.
Not familiar with that one.
Even they're like,
What?
But yeah, these two would be the good people to ask questions because I've got no fucking idea.
I need to write down questions. I can never think of them at the time. Do you like this place? It's a nice, peaceful place, minus the row, which is not super busy.
Did you enjoy your time while serving here?
Actually, I think I'm
Okay.
going to move the cat ball a little bit. So
Let's
it's
have some a pause between questions so we know exactly what.
No.
Okay.
No. You can't make me.
Well, you were the one who went first, so.
I know. You want to keep holding it?
Here. Girl.
Did you want to become a nun? I know sometimes the people were forced to because of their families being poor or because their families were religious.
Saw a shadow in the corner of my eye, so I was like, okay. Say a quick hello around over there.
Do not what?
God, I've got the German song from Sixth and Musical in my head.
How come so many of you have the letter M as an initial? Were you all Marys?
Some. I heard some.
Some? Well, that makes sense. Were the rest of you Margarets? I know that's a really common religious female name.
I always thought Mary because they were worshipping like Sister Mary.
Right.
Or the Holy Mary, so I was like, they just had to put on that name. But if it's only some...
Margaret's also very popular because she was in the Bible, right?
Mary, yeah.
No, Margaret.
Yeah.
Okay.
Magdalena.
That's what I thought. I just wanted to double check.
Yeah, he's the good one for the Christian and
he's
stuff.
the Bible studier. I know like 3 verses.
Yeah, I went to Sunday school as a kid. I don't fucking remember any of the lessons. And like I've said before, now I'm a pagan, so I don't do anything with that. So I still respect y'all's beliefs. I just suck at making conversation with it because I don't know anything.
Were you guys happy?
Yeah, y'all treated well.
Did you enjoy bringing peace and spreading the word? I don't know what the one blinking light means, guys. We're going to need something more. I put a toy over there. If you want to touch it, it will light up. I put it over there because it's flat and it works better on flat places. It is currently doing nada. Also, it works better in the dark, so if it's lighting up, I may not be able to see it. I just thought about that.
That's true.
I'm hoping I will be able to see it, but I don't know.
I think I might be able to see it because right now it's not doing anything.
You keep glancing over there occasionally, but... What's your favorite verse? Red? Can you make the K2 go to red? If you try really hard, you can make the green light go all the way up to red, if that's your favorite color. You can do it, but you're going to have to try hard. I feel like somebody's standing just close enough to make it go off, but not...
The way I'm seeing it, somebody's looking at it kind of confused and a little worried, but like they're vibing. They're like,
Yeah.
This is interesting. It's picking me up, but also...
Understandable. They didn't have these things back
Yeah.
then, so I understand them being a little weary.
It won't hurt you, darling, I promise.
Especially since they didn't do a lot with technology even when,
No.
those who were in the more current ages, like the lady who died in 22, they don't do a lot with technology.
Yeah.
Cold? It's a little chilly.
Yeah. Do you like the fall colors?
Do you have a favorite season? No.
Oh. Here.
Are we taking roll call? If you're here, please raise your hand. I don't see any hands. Well, do we want to walk or do you want to sit? What do you want to do, babes? We get one blankie light, but that's about all we're getting.
I say let's go ahead and try walking that path that's over there.
All right.
Yeah.
Let me pause it.
No, you can't.
It's flashing like crazy. Because it's so light, you can't see it.
Yeah.
Oh, that pisses me off because it's flashing. And this thing, remember, it's only flashed like a couple of times.
Yeah, we swear it's flashing.
Oh, that pisses me off. I'll turn it off so we can save the batteries. Oh, I went to turn it off and I noticed it flashing.
I thought I would be able to notice it, but no.
Okay, so rule number 2. Oh. Okay, sorry about that. I put my hand in front of the camera.
And Ella Burger.
All right, so rule number 2, do not use cat balls during the day. You cannot see them.
And that one was going off active, big time.
Makes me want to come back here in the evening. But
Yeah.
that would be more frowned upon.
Probably, but...
I'm not saying it would be bad, but I think it would be more...
Now, here's an actual reverend out of all the sisters.
How did we miss the Reverend? He was not here when we came by earlier, was he?
Oh, you know, it's...
No. Who the fuck are you?
He was a flood victim. I remember him.
Ah.
You're the only person who would do
Oh,
that.
you know I would.
The only person. It's the way he went, and I'm like...
Also, we walked through all of these. I did not remember seeing a Reverend.
Yeah.
He just, like, teleported here. It's like, they're not all women. I'm here, too.
Okay, bestie.
I'm just saying, he was not here when we went by. If you saw him in the video, please let us know in the comments. Not you guys ever leave comments that I asked for, but...
One shouting beer.
That would... He was a drunken Reverend.
I know you caught the kids in the dorm. Here?
No, because that would not explain the I want some.
Oh.
Yeah. And unless it was like a reenactment thing, then...
So you did see cactus or just thistles?
Thistles.
Okay.
Well, I didn't see the cacti, but I saw thistles. Where are you going? It seems like a very reverendy thing.
Yeah.
A very religious thing. If you're going to pick a verse, you should pick one that's not so obviously religious. I don't know if that...
I have a disease in my loins. Oh.
That's a good one.
Go ahead and stitch that on a pillow.
It's from Tim Hawking's, that Christian thingy. One time when he's hiding books, he was tired, and somebody asked for his favorite verse, and he put that one instead of the one he actually meant to put in there.
And so they were sitting around at a Bible study, and just, hang on, kids, we're going to look up this verse. Behold. No. Wrong verse. Although, okay, my point is, Paul did not have an easy life of it.
None of them had easy lives. What are you talking about? They lived in the BCs.
I don't remember much from the Bible, but I don't think it was a great time, man.
Yeah, besides the fact that, they were stuck in a prison for 7 years.
I think all of them had bad luck.
Struck blind because, the Lord had to get your attention the hard way.
Also, weird question. I feel like if Jesus was betrayed, I feel like if I was betrayed and then turned against, and I was nailed to a cross, and then the people who worship me then make the cross a part of my, religion thing, I feel like I would be a little offended.
A little insulted?
I feel like I literally died on this, and you're like, let's...
Can you think of a better way to honor him, though?
It's the symbolism. It's something that tied them to the fact that he was able to beat this and come back, and he's still offering us a place, even though we were the idiots that killed him.
Technically, we weren't the idiots that killed him.
Thankfully, we came along 2,000 years later. Anyone in the garden?
Oh, I feel like if it was me, I'd be like, no.
But can you think of a better way to symbolize?
No, but still, I just still look at it and I'm like...
I'm with you, but I think that might have been the...
I have, PTSD after that.
Maybe he does. Who knows? I'm just saying, maybe the people who came up with that as a symbolism are like, I can't think of anything else. He had this thing and the rock. The rock's a little bit too common, so we'll use this thing instead.
Yeah, Challenge course. Christian Prayer Labyrinth. hiking trails, and Mount of Beatitudes Amphitheater. The Stations of the Cross. I'm like, Angel, memorize all these. How many of us knew she was going to have that emphatic sigh?
Look, he's walking beside me and he's like, this is not it.
Don't worry, we're not going to do the whole thing because the whole thing looks like it's about 5 to 6 miles, if not more.
And a little roadway that goes up and through the room.
Ah, Jeepway.
Yeah.
Looks like that's where they take the vehicles.
Well, they probably have to have an emergency course just in case somebody has a heart attack or something.
Oh.
Please clean up after your dog.
Stations of the Cross, Stoners.
B.
Chad Ellison Carpenter. Adeline Gasson twice. In loving memory of Rose Rosario.
Adeline Gasson did it a lot. I see her name like four or five times.
Yeah.
Girl, are you good?
I think she wanted to bike her way into heaven.
5.
She's like, God's gonna let me in after all of these.
All right. So these signs make a little bit more sense than the ones in that other graveyard. Kind of.
I think I have a sister Mary best friend now because my arm is hurting and that usually happens when I have somebody on me.
Isn't she a little bit old to be holding on to you?
Yeah, that's what I'm kind of wondering. So now she's probably just like, ooh, this girl is cool. She's my new friend.
Sometimes,
Or it could be one of
sometimes
those
the
ones from-
sisters worked at nurses in hospitals, so maybe she's trying to help you.
I'm not okay. Please help me, bestie.
I don't think she would be holding on if she was trying to help.
Helping her what? I don't know. Ask her.
Why are you holding on to me?
It's Simon Peter, the guy that helped carry peace with his cross.
What?
Oh,
I just hear somebody say, fuck this. No, that can't be
I
right.
think that was Loki, buddy.
It's just like, oh my god.
There's a random cross over there. I'm thinking the path must go there eventually.
Yeah, that's what it looks like. Although that...
Looks more like a sign or a donation thing.
It might be another donation thing.
Mommy needs to take a rest, maybe.
Yep. This one leans back.
How far do we want to go? It does lean back, which makes me a little bit nervous since we're on a hill.
As soon as I said that, I was like, oh my god. I'm
Be
fine.
quiet.
Fuck you! I'm not gonna be quiet. I'm fine with going the whole way. It's up to y'all. Are technically dead now.
I'm thinking we can get over to that concrete one, then we'll turn around and come back.
The big white thing?
Yeah.
Okay. It's not super far, but okay.
Not far enough for you?
No.
Fine then.
What?
I'm judging you.
I'm judging you. Not being able to go far.
Tony's just not used to walking and hiking.
None of us are used to hiking. It's not like a thing we do every day. Just every other weekend. We're like the National Guard.
Yeah.
And also, this is supposed to be a meditation path, and we suck at it.
Dude, I've always sucked at meditation. That's why I've just started screaming into my pillow.
This would be very good for Dad to do on his own because he'd be quiet and thoughtful.
Yeah. I'm the literal chaos witch. I'm known as the Loki variant. This shit is not for me. And you're kind of like that too.
I just don't do silence well.
Honestly, for me, if I was doing this alone, I'd be constantly looking around like, I'm safe, right? I'm safe. Am I safe?
The only thing I can say is we can see everybody coming from that way because it's all flat. We just have to watch that way because of the hill.
Exactly. So what is this, Father? Like the process of him getting crucified? Because it looks like they're carrying the cross.
Should we title this one, The Buds Get Religious?
Basically, Via Dolorosa was the path that Jesus took with the cross to Calvary Hill.
It was not straight, apparently. He followed a snake because it's where we were.
No. Call it one Christian, one semi-religious person, and one chaos pagan go on a walk.
That's a long title. Not too long because you have like very long titles, but that's a long one. Also sounds like the beginning of a joke.
Fine. Two religious people and a pagan go. No, technically paganism is technically a religion. Technically speaking.
Like I said, the buds get religious.
The bud gets religious, except one of them is an imposter.
He gets struck by lightning.
I'm the imposter. No, that'd be you.
No.
You're the one Zeus doesn't like.
Yeah, but we're going to deflect bolt here. Hang on.
Oh, we got some people coming, guys.
Oh, that's fine. I'll just get out of the way.
I'm not worried about it. I'm just saying
You're just commenting.
that I saw people.
Oh my god. Helps again.
I think they did it so you're not comfortable while resting. Air. I think he's offering me some oxygen because I'm breathing hard.
Yeah. Definitely get her some of that because,
Yes, I need to set up an appointment with a doctor and probably get an inhaler. I think I have adult asthma and it's kicking my butt. Although Joe has asthma, but he's had it his whole life and he doesn't breathe as hard as I do, so.
And I'm always carrying an inhaler just in case.
Maybe it was all the senses honking. I don't know. You fucking put your asthma under your wife?
Oh, you know, the one thing it always did, I'd have to say, frustrate me about the Bible.
Yeah.
Is you think about when Jesus went to Jerusalem that one time, he was welcomed with open arms and cheers and flowers, and he rode in on a donkey, and they were shouting, Hosanna, Hosanna. The very next week, he was led into the city captive. Welcome to humanity. By being betrayed by one of his own followers.
Example 1, humans suck.
Mm-hmm. Of course, what was also funny is that Pilate, the appointed guy that ruled Jerusalem and Judea at that time, even gave the Jews a chance. They said, well, would you prefer to have released as part of the custom?
What?
Your toenail's long.
Would you rather have Jesus or Barabbas? And the people chose Barabbas.
I don't remember that part.
I kind of remember that part.
Yeah, it was crazy. Pilate got to the point he just kind of washed his hands and says, go ahead and crucify him. Of course, he got the last word on it because he had it on a plaque put on the cross. It said, "Here's the King of the Jews," and the Sanhedrin, the Jewish court, said, "No, I said I am King of the Jews," and he said, "I have written what I have written." Basically, you guys are going to kill your Savior.
Okay. Artist note: that cross is way too small for him.
That and I don't think they got a complete cross up there either. But
it also, I was gonna say, also looks smaller than the other ones we've seen. The other ones were much longer.
Yeah, I think this one here, the back part is what's touching the ground. This is for his arms. That's for his head.
In that case, it's very lopsided.
Yeah. But yeah, it's missing 2/4 of the cross. Half the cross is missing from that image. It's
yeah. Well, they
photoshopped.
can't fit it.
It's photoshopped.
No, it's not. That makes no sense.
Is he supposed to make sense?
E-I-O. Yeah, that was random. Just
Without me stumbling?
eh.
I think our people are gone.
Yeah, they took a shortcut. I wasn't worried about passing them. I just needed a minute and saw that they were coming and thought, oh, I'll sit while they pass us, and then they went a different way.
Oh boy.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Oh boy.
Either that or po' boy.
Oh boy.
Maybe he wants a po' boy. Maybe he's hungry.
That's a sub. Oh, yeah, stabbing in the back while carrying your cross. How honorable, Roman soldiers.
Oh, that face is so weird.
That's a weird sound. Do you hear that?
The bird of the foot.
I know it's a bird of some sort.
Yeah, it's just making a weird ass noise.
Maybe the E was trying to practice in the bird call.
Maybe.
Got more people's coming.
You're losing your toga, so you got to put it back on.
Got to be naked in the cross.
Put your toga back on.
That's such a weird sound.
I have no idea what
It reminds me of a fire alarm when you need to change the batteries
Yeah.
every couple minutes. Beep, beep, beep. We must be getting to the end of the story.
Yeah.
A long crucifixion process.
Well, he walked several miles. I'm sure it says in one of the Bibles.
Station 12.
Oh, here comes Unlucky 13. And more people.
Maybe it turned off.
Sure said, I'm done.
I'm tired. Fuck you all.
Okay, I'm gonna sit for a minute. I don't know, I heard something that sounded like,
No,
please.
that's tuning.
Oh,
Mary holding Jesus' dead body.
I was gonna say, I think that must be after they,
Ah.
Before they put him in the tomb.
do you think this could be a spooky thing for Friday?
No, this is more like a post on Sunday religious thing.
We don't post on Sundays. Should we randomly post it on a Sunday?
Sure.
Probably won't, yeah.
I mean, y'all go to church on Sundays, don't y'all?
Most Christians and Catholics do.
Yeah.
There's a Seventh-day Adventist. They go on Saturdays.
Yeah. There you go. Or need another moment for breathing.
Give me a minute. Also, which way are we going once we get up there?
Maybe do a quick loop around that. Go back over here. And I think there's a pathway that goes down.
I think so too, because that's where I saw the boys go.
And I thought it was the pathway over there, but maybe that was a trail or something.
There is a second trail, but Mom didn't want to go for the long hike, so I figured we'd do the short hike.
The other one was like, what?
An extra 3 miles.
I think it was further than that, but I'm not an expert on circly trails.
Yeah. Well, it's like what I told the group in the chat was that on the map it might say it's only 3 miles, and I'm like, okay, by helicopter?
I still don't know how that map messed up so badly. Can see signs of fall in the, I want to say reeds, but they're not really reeds.
Yes.
It's kind of a golden grass. This path must be really pretty if they can all get it to go yell at the same time. That's another reason I was waiting a minute.
Preparations of bodies.
Oh, another donation thingy. Let's see if that lady's on here a bazillion times.
One time.
A couple of honors.
St. Therese Parish. That's up by my mom and dad's house. Frank and Marv E. Short.
No. I'm trying not to intrude on those guys, so.
Let's go over this way then.
Yeah, babes, wait. That's what I meant. Might as well get the last few.
Yeah. But yeah, because even with like Loki, people don't really memorialize him with that. Most of us remember him with his, stories and like. Granted, my deities come with more symbols and everything. Like Loki has the fox, Athena has the owl, the snake, the spear.
Let me talk about my pop. I'm thirsty.
And we don't usually memorialize them with very tragic and dark parts of their stories. Like, okay.
Somebody let the field where the children are get overgrown.
No kidding.
That's kind of sad. I find that sort of depressing. Prayer. Did you just say stupid? Are you calling me stupid or them stupid?
Father. Nope. That kid was not happy. Wonderfully complicated.
Yes, this garden is wonderfully complicated. I mean, this is kind of cool.
Yeah. My God, were they looking at every single one?
Couple of babies.
So don't come to me. You have to prevent them. You can do the job while it's such a thing.
Mr. Wagner is not a child.
Oh, he's somebody's child. Okay, guys, I will sit down for a minute.
You good?
A lot of little ones pulling.
Ah.
That and I need to catch my breath, so. Did you just say ribbit? Is somebody pretending to be a frog?
No, I have no idea. I heard someone say pray. Y'all gotta pray now.
Somebody needs to get a weed whacker. That would be a cool little monument if it wasn't so overgrown. Bush? And I hide my light underneath a bush. I know that song. Kind of. My mind went blank. Oh, this little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine.
That reminding you of that song?
It's because part of it's I hide it under a bush. I won't hide it under a bush. Oh no.
Ah.
I just hadn't gotten to that part yet.
Ah. Say only one word to him. You can do all things. Somebody needs to fucking tell them that's not one word. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 5 words.
Word.
He's like, word man, you got it. Like, okay, bestie.
Okay. Did you say Grateful Dead? That was weird. I know the Random Nautica is kind of random. That's part of its name, but
Part of me kind of wishes there was more stuff like this for my deities and everything, but at the same time, I kind of like how it is, where we just kind of vibe and do our own little thing, you know?
you could always make something. But paganism's not really an organized religion, which is why you don't have places like this.
Yeah. But
All
that's
right.
also part of the reason, because, like, I'm happy with it just like it is, but
You wanted a little bit more sometimes. That's understandable.
yeah, like, I want some stuff for me. There's Christianity everywhere. It's insane.
Okay. I'm going to end this at 45. I figure we'll head down to the car because I need a drink. I was tempted to go the other path, but I cannot do the other path without something to drink. And then we have to come back all the way up here, so. We can still do something before we go home, or we could go home and watch a movie. Halloween movies.
Yeah, if we go home, I'm probably gonna do more
Books.
Animal Crossing. For
Got it.
books, yeah.
I missed 45. Damn it. Got distracted.
Alright, I'm gonna put that on stop then.
Yeah, turn that off. I'm going to turn this off and we'll head down. Dad's got a couple ideas for tomorrow. Hopefully.
So when is the broken boot mine?
Well, I was going to do it today or this weekend, but unfortunately David didn't get paid, so I can't steal his money to pay for it.
Ah.
I don't know why he didn't get paid, but he didn't get a check.
Ah.
So.